Welcome parents. So today I'm going to bring you into our virtual back to school night. And I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Mrs. Martinez and I'll be your child's second grade teacher. So let's go ahead and get started and see what the year has in store for us. So first of all, if you wish to request this slideshow, I'll share it up onto my Schoology, and I can also send you a link where you can make your own copy and have it in your own drive. So I'll do that upon request. Other than that, I'll have it up on our Schoology course, which I'll show you as we go here how to be able to get into that. Okay, so these are some of the things that will be on this slideshow. Some expectations, how to get into Schoology, our class schedule, our class rules, working at school, if you need to wear a mask, not in school since we're not in school right now, but if we ever were, to come back to the classroom, digital classroom management, and of course all about me. So let's go ahead and get started on distance learning expectations. I'll read some of these to you. Computers. During distance learning, you will be allowed to take your Chromebook home so you can do your work from home on your working at home days. We're trusting you to be responsible and take care of your device. So working from home days, these days are every day. So you'll have your Chromebooks with you every single day. Look at the chart below of the computer rules and drag and drop the smiley face to show you have read and agreed to the following expectations. Of course, you don't have to do this. I'll just go ahead and point to the ones we've done. Keep your Chromebook in a clean and neat area away from food and drinks. Of course, that would be a smiley face. Carry your device carefully with 2 hands. Plug in your Chromebook when finished. This is especially important for the next day because we don't want the kids panicking in the morning that their Chromebook isn't plugged in and they don't have enough power to charge it. Only visit website your teacher has shown you. Oops. Clean your hands before touching your Chromebook. We don't want the keys to get sticky and ruined. So keep your fingers on the keys and not on the screen. Don't touch the screen. It ruins the screen. All right. Let's go to the next one. Distance learning expectations continued. Charging your Chromebooks. Every night, it will be your responsibility to charge your Chromebook at night. Put your charger in a spot you won't lose it and plug it in your Chromebook as soon as you are done using it. This is very, very, very important. We don't want our computers to not be ready for us to use when we need them. Here is our schedule. So our schedule will look very different this year. So let's look at this chart to see what our schedule will look like. Monday, we'll have a special Zoom meeting with the principal. You'll look at that through our website. So this does not have the Monday schedule. It will note that Mondays are a little bit different, but every single day with me, you'll be meeting at 9:30. So I'll go ahead and read the schedule out to you and explain a few things. So from 8 to 9 o'clock, we expect for the kids to be getting up, getting their breakfast, maybe washing up their dishes, making their bed, whatever it is that they do in the morning routine, helping you pack a few snacks for their breaks, any kind of chores that they have in the mornings. From 8 to 9 o'clock should be around the time that parents can go ahead and get them ready for school, because we want them wide awake, not with the sheets still uh, hanging on to their bodies. So from 9 to 9:30, we're going to have a small group, MELD, ELD. What that means is really they'll be working asynchronously. You're going to hear these words often, asynchronously and synchronously, and I'll keep saying them and explaining them to you so that you know exactly what they mean. Synchronously means that they're working with me, working with the teacher, and asynchronously means that they're working independently by themselves through some assignments that I may have given each student. It could be a whole group assignment, it could be individualized. So I could have small groups doing one thing and another small group doing another thing asynchronously, meaning on their own. And so from 9 to 9:30, I just want the kids to kind of catch up, finish anything that they haven't finished. Um, but the most important thing is for them to be ready for me at 9:30 to 11:30 on Zoom. And this is when we're going to get our big chunk of the day for social emotional learning, English language arts, and math. Okay? So from 9:30 to 11:30, I'll provide breaks in between that, and we're going to be doing work, and it'll be both book work and online. So more than likely I'll be lecturing, and then I'll be having them work on their book assignments, writing assignments, call up some small groups, maybe breakout sessions, and then take a break and then come back and do math. So they'll get their big chunk of the day. The most important part of our scholastic learning will be from 9:30 to 11:30, where we're going to do the toughest topics, and they're going to be there with me the entire time. So this is the most important part where I really need them to show up and to be there. And I'll show them how to log in on their own for those working parents and for those kids that are having to do this independently. From 11:30 to 12, they'll be doing some asynchronous learning. This is where they're going to check their Schoology and check their Class Dojo for some assignments, one at a time, of course. And then at 12 o'clock, I'd like for them to go ahead and take their lunch, uh, a break time, and then come back to work a little bit more after lunch. Hopefully, they have finished most of their asynchronous work, and when they come back, they don't have to do too much, and they can have the afternoon for different activities. But this is when they'll be doing a little more individualized synchronous or asynchronous work. Um, More than likely, they'll be done with everything before lunch. And if I find that they're needing the extra help, I'll call them in during this time to check on them. But our goal is to get them done right before lunch, because we want the kids to rest up for the next day and have some time to finish up their assignments online. 1:25 to 2:15 is my office hours. This is when you can message me, because other than that, I won't be able to get back to you. You can message me with any questions, and the kids should be filling out their Google form for the end of the day, which will be located in the Schoology. And again, I'll go through that a little bit more, and that would be the end of the day. Those are my office hours. If I don't get back to you right away, the next day should be fine. I don't want parents to panic. And if you're having technical difficulties, I can always uh, make the due date a little later. I will not penalize the children. If you contact me and I didn't get back to you right away, you can have extra time. So please, parents, do not panic. We're all in this together. I understand a lot of things happen, and I just let me know. And from 2:15 and on, suggested family time at home, playing board games, watching a show on PBS, taking a walk, teaching them how to load the dishwasher, vacuum, take care of a pet, make a snack, fold clothes, take family walks, get some rest, right? So that is basically the schedule. Class Zoom rules. So I need your help to make our classroom the best it can be. Think of some classroom rules to keep us all safe and learning. Here are some of the rules that I typed in. Be on time, be prepared. An adult should be present at home when the kids are Zooming in case there's any problems. Uh, Meet from the kitchen or the living room. Try not to do it in your bedrooms, just for the children's privacy. Turn on the video, because I need to see the faces. Now, some of you might wonder if your children get kicked out of a meeting. Um, it might be because they didn't turn on their video. Parents, this is for the safety of the kids. We always need to see who is actually coming on to our Zoom meetings. So always have your video on. Mute yourself until it's your turn to talk. Raise your hand, And if you want to talk, we're going to have a virtual hand. No chatting while the teacher's talking, and be respectful. So we're going to have some consequences for not meeting these rules. I'm going to have a verbal warning. I might have to have a parent conference. I might have to put somebody in a waiting room until an adult comes back. And that's only if they're being really disruptive, or, not allowing the other children to get the most out of their virtual time with me. But of course, there are rewards. So rewards include class dojo points, virtual certificates, student of the week, free choice time, and I'll be sending happy notes home and several other things that I can hopefully think about, because it is a different time, and since I'm not physically there to see the children, we're going to have to get creative. So here are 2 Zoom videos on how we want the kids to behave during Zoom time. I'm going to go ahead and play them for you. They're pretty short, and then of course you can access them on your own to watch over with the kids. And oops, sorry about that. Let's get back home. Okay, so let me go ahead and do a Zoom yes.
Would you like something to eat?
No, thank you. I'm doing my schoolwork. My turn to speak. My turn to speak. My turn to speak. I'll chat Google Classroom tomorrow. Now my work is turned in.
Okay, so that's a little girl doing the no's and the yeses, and of course you can watch this over with your children. Here's a video that kind of shows what teachers don't want to see during Zoom. Let's go ahead and visit that really quickly. I won't make you watch the whole thing, but just so you can get a little idea.
Hey, Bernice. Hey, Lauren.
Hey, JP. Hi, Jason Peanut.
Hey.
Where's Whitney? Yeah, where's Whitney? She's late.
I'm not sure. Let me check in. Let me send her a text and see where she might be. Oh.
Hi, Whitney.
Hey, Whitney.
You're late.
Hey, Lauren. Hold on one sec. Whitney, let's just check in. Are you okay? Everything all right?
That took a really long time. Sorry, I'm late.
Okay, software update. Got it. So, Whitney, just in the future, try to do those things in the evening so it doesn't, affect your class and meeting schedules during the day, because I know sometimes those can take a long time. All right, but welcome.
And if we pause here just really quickly, I can point out a few things that are happening. We see our little young lady to the left here walking around with her computer, her device, which makes it very distracting to watch. We have our friend on the upper right hand corner who is chewing gum and not really paying attention and shouting out. And we have our lower right hand girl showing up to Zoom late. So this is kind of what it looks like for a teacher when all these things are happening, and these are only 3 kids, so can you imagine 24? I really want, if you have time when you are able to log into, if you can watch these videos with the kids and point out some of these things that might not be the best behavior for a Zoom meeting, and because we want them to get the most out of our time and be prepared for learning. So that is a little bit of an overview for our class rules. Um, Distance learning expectations. Why is school like this? Well, unfortunately, many people are getting sick from a virus now. At school, one of our jobs is to keep you safe. We have worked really hard to come up with the best plan to keep you safe and keep you learning. I know this is not how we were hoping school to be, and I wish we could go back to normal, but I am excited to be here, and I'm trying my very best to make the best experience for you. And parents, some of the ways that you can help support your child before a class meeting: make sure your child is awake and eats before class, and make sure your child has the materials ready. You'll have a class in a box, basically, that will have everything that they need. Your child may need your help with technology for the first few meetings, and hopefully we can get them as independent as possible. During class meetings, you don't need to stay next to your child during the class, but be ready for technical support. If something happens, they shut off. Hopefully they have somebody to go to. I know parents are not always home during this time, so hopefully there's somebody in the house that can help them. Remember, the camera and the microphone are on during our meeting. Monitor your home for excessive noise and inappropriate clothes. Charge the device every night. That's really, I cannot stress that enough. It's really important for the devices to be ready for work. After the class meeting, set up your regular break times for eating and movement. I gave a suggested schedule, but of course you have to do what works for your family, and don't stay up too late doing homework. I really want the kids to be rested for the next day. Help your child complete the work and assign it and turn it in, but please, please do not do your child's work for them. Contact the teacher during office hours if they need help, and like I said, if I don't get to you that same day, I will get to you. Don't panic. I will support the children. I am not going to be a stickler for late assignments or giving them bad notes or bad grades. We can work together. So just don't do your child's homework, because it'll be really hard for me to tell who needs the help, who needs the intervention, where I'm going to put my small groups. The teacher might meet with several smaller groups with the kids throughout the day. Check the schedule. You don't need to worry about that. I will make sure that the kids are where they are supposed to be. Working at home, on your days at home, you will be expected to complete the next day of learning at home. I will be checking to see if your work is completed, so make sure you log into ClassDojo and Schoology to complete all the work. Parents, please, please have students complete work independently. It will be very difficult for me to determine who needs intervention if they're not working, if they're not the ones completing assignments. So make sure that they're just doing it on their own, and I will be in charge of getting them the help that they need and providing the intervention that they need. So, digital classroom management. So here is how to get into ClassDojo, a student tutorial and a parent tutorial. Like I said, it will be available for you, but it looks like most of my parents and my students know how to get onto ClassDojo. So I'll leave these tutorials for you to access on Schoology at your leisure. And logging in tutorial for Schoology and turning in tutorial. Today, for this purpose of this recording, I'm going to show you how to log in to Schoology, because we don't need to worry about turning in assignments yet. You can always access that later when it's necessary. So we will be using Schoology to submit all assignments as well as ClassDojo. Schoology will have the option to choose on apps. Click on the Bitmojis to watch how-to tutorials. The tutorial above will show you how to get into Edgenuity. Okay, so let me go ahead. Oops. I think I clicked on the wrong one. Sorry. There we go. Clicking on the Bitmojis.
All right, I would like to share with you how you're going to go about logging into Schoology to access Edgenuity and our Path Blazers for summer school. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is find uh, your search bar or where you're going to type in the website address. So you're going to need to type in lns.lausd.net. This is the website that will get you to Schoology. Once you are here, there are two choices. I hope that you will be able to use your QR codes. This will be used if you have a web camera on your Chromebook. Some computers don't have a web camera, so if you don't have a camera, then you're going to need to log on with the student selection. If you have the QR code, you can click it here. But I'm going to show you if you have to type in your email address, and I'm just going to borrow one of our friends' emails. This one is not yours, so use good digital citizenship and make sure you use your email address. Or you could just use your QR code and you will not have to type in your email address and password. And we won't be able to see because her password is private. But once we are on, we will find the tabs at the top. You will see your name appear here. You will go to courses. Under courses, you will find which section is for you to sign in. Hopefully, you won't have too many courses, but they should indicate the SS and locate your teacher's name. You may have Miss Mira and you may have Miss Adams. Find the class you're in, click on the tile, and this is where you will see where your assignments are listed. And on the left-hand side, you will see Ingenuity.
All right, so that's a basic login information into Schoology, and hopefully, and I'll show you one more time before we leave today how to get in. All right, so the next one is when you get into Schoology, you're going to have this info board, and it's been updated since now. But the info board will have buttons that say Meet the Teacher, Contact, Student of the Week, Calendar, Homework, Callahan, Websites, a Special Monday Schedule, and our schedule. And the kids, these are all clickable. So when you click on them, they will take you to the information that you need, as well as your Zoom meetings. So if the kids need to go on here to get onto their Zoom meetings, get onto their dojo, get onto their Schoology, get their Google form, they can click it all from here. And parents, you can get all of this information from here. This will be posted up on my Schoology site, which I will get to in a bit. All right, you will also have these cards that I provide for you, and this is a blank one, but it'll have your Class Dojo QR code, it'll have your Schoology QR code, and then 3 sites where you will have a website and a password, a website and a password. And I'd like for you to open this account. And this all doesn't have to be done right away. This will be for later use. And you'll be working on all of these sites. But guess what? You don't have to worry about logging in. You don't have to worry about getting your kids on. They will all be accessible through Schoology. So please do not panic. I know it looks like a lot of websites. I will teach the kids. You don't have to worry about any of it. And all of these will be accessible through just this website. So they'll have a QR code for Class Dojo, a QR for Schoology, and they will be able to log in by themselves and they'll be able to access all of these without your help. So please trust me that I do not want you to panic. I will teach them how, and you do not have to worry about teaching it to them. Okay? The next one is, this is something else. You'll see, this is basically my Bitmoji classroom, which I'll be teaching from, and I'll have things like rooms where they will learn phonics. They'll get their language arts and their math tools and their calendar, and I will show them where everything is and how to access everything that they need. Oops. And this is just a fun way to get the kids to get into their information, and that'll be also on my Schoology. Okay, so about me. So this is some things about Miss Martinez that you might want to know. what you might want to take a little guess about what my favorite drink is, and we can talk about it later. My favorite color is pink. My favorite animal is a cat. For fun, I like to spend time. I have 2 kids, a middle schooler and a 4th grader. So times are not easy right now. My favorite food is Mexican food because I am Mexican, probably. And my favorite book is Matilda. I just love that little girl. She is smart and sassy. I really love I really love reading, and I love movies. I just love stories, I guess. So, uh, take a guess what my favorite drink is, and then we'll talk about it later. It's just something fun. 101 Martinez. All right, here is a schedule that you do not have to follow. It is completely up to you. It is just a suggestion because some parents want to get an idea how to wrap their head. How do I get through the day? This is just something that you can do. So from up to 12 o'clock, this will be taken care of by us. But afterwards, this is where you can change it up as you need to. This is, like I said, completely up to you. Of course, I'm not going to make you wash clothes or vacuum or anything like that, but these are some things that we put out there as suggestions. Physical outdoor activity around this time, maybe reading, watching, having board games, family time, things like that. So, like I said, this is just something helpful for families that might want some ideas on how to get your day organized. All right, and for Callahan, please visit the website because this has all of this information. August 17th is when you pick up your materials. That same day, I'll be having this orientation at 1 p.m. On August 18th, the principal will welcome you via Zoom at 1 p.m. the next day, Wednesday. For the kids that didn't get to watch this, they can come and just say hello to me. If they didn't already say hello to me, they can come to the Teacher's Welcome for Students via Zoom. It is not completely mandatory. It's just a welcoming for me if they haven't already been able to come to the virtual back to school night. But on August 20th is when our first day of regular schedule begins virtually, and I will see them at 9:30. All right. And parents, when you do get into the Schoology, please, as soon as you can, fill out this parent survey. I'll go to Schoology right now just to show you what it looks like. So let me exit out of this and take you onto Schoology here. Okay, so I'm going to log in as if I was a parent, and I'm going to go ahead and say lms.lausd.net. You'd be doing the same things except you'd be logging in as a parent or as a student. And when you get here, you're going to see my course, and this is my course right here. So let's go ahead and visit my course. And like I said, you'll have this announcement. And this is everything that I posted for today. And it'll be there for you to look at. Okay. And then you will also, oops, I think I need to get back in there. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. I will also, you can explore other things. There is nothing due right now. The only thing that you can start doing is exploring my Bitmoji class, and I will publish some back to school things. I will also publish the parent survey. So here on Schoology, you'll see that you'll have the information that you need. You'll also have some things you can start looking at, but nothing is due. And you'll see all the apps right here. Edgenuity, Amplify. So like I told you, you don't have to worry about seeing so many apps. They're all going to be here in one place. And all the materials you need will be just by accessing Schoology and Class Dojo. Okay, so hopefully that answers some of your questions and you'll get to the exploration part soon. But like I said, I'll be walking your kids through most of the information, and I just need for you to get them ready to learn and have them rested and going to bed on time and showing up on time, and the rest will be up to me. All right, so parents, thank you for your attention and your time. I really appreciate. Let's hope for a great and fantastic school year. Good night.